stays awake and share that positive message.
Yes, it's a roundedness, it's a balance, and I think the music, once you can create a balance, there's a time when people is in the mood to just dance and be wild, and there's a time when they kind of come to a full stop like now and they want to listen what is being said, and so it goes. So if you create the music which kind of follow them through moods and phases, your message will always be there, and you keep your message. That's all. You don't have to lose your message because you're singing something which is at a different tempo. You keep your message and you go with the tempo. And as I said, it's an art. It's an art.
Talking about it's art, we're going to look at Higher Heights, and what was that? Mm-hmm. What was that about? And I get the feeling there's something to do with higher levels of consciousness. I might be wrong, but yes. Talk to us about that, please, RasMorgan.
Yes, Higher Heights is kind of, as you said, you hit the nail on the head. It's RasMorgan again, as I said, explaining myself, expressing myself, telling the ones that, listen, I'm on a higher heights, I'm on a higher level of consciousness. What I'm here to do, it's a mission, it's not a competition, it's not a game. And it was just lyrical content again flowing. But each song, this is what I discovered, each of the songs that kind of pulls something out of you as an artist. It pulls something based on the mood it catch you in. So Higher Heights is me being at my as I said, my element in higher. When I'm doing higher height, I'm in an element where I feel like maybe I could flash lightning and I could roll thunder. You just feel that element. You feel that raw power. Wow. So Higher Heights catch me when I was in that mood of element. So I was just speaking of things, speaking of things in which I have lived, what I have learned. Speaking of metaphysics, and a person said, "Ross, we're talking about metaphysics," and say, "But that's what I know in my." And I was just letting me tell a person that, when you throw something up in the air and it comes down to the ground, that gravity is also governed by the law of metaphysics. Mm-hmm. So it's like I was just opening up my cranium, and that's what Higher Heights did allow me to do. And then after doing that, later on, I realized that the beat that Higher Heights is actually on belong to someone, which we're gonna get to that later on in the story. But it kind of have a more meaningful and purposeful, reason for coming across that beat and doing that song. And it's again one of my favorite. It's just one of my favorite. When as I said, I'm in my element in that song. When I'm doing that one, I'm just in my own world. So I most of my songs, I mentioned that all of them, I do have a great pleasure. I see myself performing it live in front of live audience, thousands, because there's something for it for me to deliver. There's an element in it for me to reach, to deliver the song. Mm-hmm. And if you ever go to a concert and you see an artist or a performer in their elements, it's something to behold. Yeah. So when you're on stage, I try to go in that realms where you're going an element where the crowd is not even in front of you no more. You don't see the crowd no more. You're just doing whatever you're doing. So Heights was that, and it's fun. It's, as I said, it's one of my favorites.
Oh, okay.
It's fun,
Yeah, let's go. Let's let the people hear Higher Heights. So,
okay.
Do you want
so
to
you're listening to ConciousRadio, as you know, and this is RasMorgan giving you Higher Heights, coming to you right here at ConciousRadio.
Dial into the nights. Tinkle Higher Heights. Read them up. We come to take this one on Higher Heights. Higher Heights. Yes, King Selassie, I inspire me to live. Somebody can come tell me not to blast the thing. We come to take this one on Higher Heights. Higher Heights. Yes, Rastafari inspire me to live. Somebody can come tell me not to blast the thing. When we arise, me see them a fall. No one my name them a call, but you me solid like the rock at Gibraltar. A me name RasMorgan, no lean on me you can't fall. Every day me knowledge getting high, me ego tall like the Great Wall. Me used to see me granny short and corner and say RasMorgan look good. Now foul me no cause is the limit and I hit me gone. When me know they offering me the higher the farm. Me no scare a guy, me no fear a guy. It have to really beneficial for me tell a lie. We come to take this on a higher heights. Higher, 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 higher heights. This King Selassie inspire me to live. Somebody can come tell me not to blast the thing. We come to take this on a higher heights. Higher, 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 higher heights. Yes, Rastafari inspire me to live. Somebody can come tell me not to blast the thing. Me have to speak cause me have me tongue. When me I do I hold me head a ground. Me have to look for the money, but I drive me a drive, so you can't say I'm money. Me a run down in a England, them spend the pound. Them say I them a will the triple crown. But me no care who I wear, what I wear, who me come for my share, so give me that. Me want that now, you want me father, you not give my dime. You try to tell me that wasn't a crime. But if my youths them not get what them fi get out alive, then you see the blasted problem me a talk about. We come to take this on a higher heights. Higher, 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 higher heights. This King Selassie inspire me to live. Somebody can come tell me not to blast the thing. Me come to take this on a higher heights. Higher, 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 higher heights. Yes, Rastafari inspire me to live. Somebody can come tell me not to blast the thing. King Selassie say fi be still. So when me translate that in a Jamaican language, it means say I calm you fi calm. True you have your big gun, why me you want arm? When RasMorgan attack, me no care which dog want bark. Me just a try tell you fi love life and care life, cause some of the greatest things it come from life. We come to take this on a higher heights. Higher, 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 higher heights. Yes, King Selassie inspire me to live. Somebody can come tell me not to blast the thing. Me come to take this on a higher heights. Higher, 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 higher heights. Yes, Rastafari inspire me to live. Somebody can come tell me not to blast the thing.
Okay, that's Higher Heights. Hi, RasMorgan. RasMorgan. Yeah, that's a big bass there underneath that song. Wow.
The blood inside, you know.
Yes.
You know, but it was fun. It was fun doing. It was fun making, you know. And as I say, that's me in my element. But honestly, it's good, clean, purposeful music, you know. So I full joy even, you know, in creating them, and we'll keep making more in that sense, you know.
Yes, I feel, you know, listening to it, I feel the message there is, you know, you're trying to get to the higher heights in your mind, and there's all these distractions, you know, and you're having to kind of fight with that on a daily basis, and you know, your goal is always to remain on a high plane and not down in that, you know, that lower frequency. That is very disturbing. Yeah. We are going to look at "Show Me Your Love." How did that song come about? And talk us through that, please, RasMorgan.
Yeah, well, basically, it's that's one of the songs right now that we're promoting, because the video was released early 2009. No, around late 2019, I should say. So it'll be like around October. So that's the last quarter. So late 2019, and it's been generating a lot of followers, you know, for basically what it's saying and the flow that it has. And just to let them know, it's a collaboration song. It's not a RasMorgan alone song. It's a collaboration where it's RasMorgan when and an artist goes by the name of Petra Grant. Yes, beautiful vocalist. And she's from, originally she's from the UK. So she has that thing in her voice where when she's singing, I'm getting that that was a beauty. So I actually worked with Petra at the award show. It was one of my first award shows in 2017, and Petra was the artist that worked after me. I was the opener. And for some reason, they always use me for show opener. Because the lady come to me and she says, RasMorgan, I know you are a very strong opener. Do you mind opening the show for me? And I wasn't planning on that. I wanted to sit back in the show and watch my brothers and sisters then do them thing and then go do my thing. Mm-hmm. But the way she come and she said, you're a very strong opener. So I couldn't deny her. I said, okay. So I opened that show, and it was beautiful because I laid out everything, and Petra was the artist that followed me, and I get to watch her. I saw her for the first time. So long story short, I had this song in my brain box, which I've been singing to myself based on what the harmony and the rhythm give me, because how I write my song, I listen to the beat, and the beat of the song and the harmony and the melody kind of formulate my words. Right. So the words kind of go with what. So the beat was just telling me to show me my love, show me my love, show me, and I had that thing. But to all it was said, I needed someone else to repeat what I said. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying, show me all the love you've got, so I could show you all the love I've got for you. So I need someone else to say it to me. Show me. So it's like they have to me the same thing. So I told Petra that I have this song that I want her to sing with me. I sang her the tracks, and she could listen to it. But in her world, in everybody's world, everybody have their own unfold. Everybody have a lot of things going on in their world. So Petra had that beat in her email for 2 weeks. She didn't touch it. She didn't listen to it. She was so full. But she showed up at the studio the day of appointment saying she's ready to do the song. So I was voicing my verse. I did 3 verses. I had my verse in my head for over months. And Petra had a pencil and a paper, and she was listening to what I says. And everything I say in a verse, because I'm speaking the Jamaican part-1, it's flowing, and she's catching on, and she come to me and she said, what did you just say about your mom a while ago? And I explained what I said, and then I see she write it down. And if I really know, I just know that she compiling her lyrics, and each verse I do, she write it down. And when she went in, she copied what I said verse for verse and tried to answer me back. And I thought was the most excellent performance or even job or execution of work, because I had months in advance to prepare my lyrics, and she did it within a 25-30 minutes period, and she did well. She did it enough that I could say, that's it, don't say a next word, I like it. That it was my project, and with your project, you know what you're looking for within the project. Mm-hmm. I heard it on the first cut. I didn't want a second or a third cut. I was like, give me that, that's what I want. So it's a song with a feel. She answered me back, she reacted to me, and then right now it's the #1 song on Reverb Nation. It's been sitting there #1 since the year start, and it's just been sitting there just doing its thing, and I give thanks for that. And it's doing well in Jamaica and CVMTV. It's there. It's been the #1 spot on CVMTV. But everything is happening at the same time with the world being at its side, So you're having to focus on that. You just let the data on the record, just keep doing the thing. But it's well received, and the people love it. The world, they love it. They receive it well, and it's Petra did an excellent job. And this song, like I said, to introduce to the world, it's Petra RasMorgan, and it's called "Show Me Your Love."
Alongside the girl Petra, so I can show you musical Petra. Show me all the love you got. Show you Petra. When my love hits, you'll feel no pain. Tranquilize your body and stabilize your brain. Will make you feel as you've been hit by a train. You wake up in the morning, but you'll feel no pain. So show me all the love you got, so I can show you all the love I got for you. And show me all the love you got, so I can show you all the love I got for you. My love for you, baby, cannot compare to anything you have ever felt out there. Nice. Something I have for you is so sincere. Right. You
show me all the love you got, so I can show you all the love I've got for you. And show me all the love you got, so I can show you all the love I got for you. Love you not the morning, love you not the nights. Me now be wait for no special time fit right. Me always see me mother baking with a smile, and see me father sit down outside the wash time. So show me all the love you got, so I can show you all the love I got for you. And show me all the love you got, so I can show you all the love I got for you.
All through the day, all through the night, you give me love, hold me so tight.
That's right.
You are my husband, I am your wife. No, you were the one, love at first sight.
So show me all the love you got, so I can show you all the love I got for you. And show me all the love you got, so I can show you all the love I got for you. My love for you is like a burning fire, not like a fire when them burning tire, but more like the sweet sensation of the rising sun will make you feel inspired. So show me all the love you got, so I can show you all the love I got for you. And show me all the love you got, so I can show you all the love I got for you.
Oh baby, what am I gonna do? I love it for you, it is so true. Oh baby, what am I gonna do? I love it for you, it is so true. Oh my love, I wanna give you my love. I wanna give you my love, yeah. Oh hey, yeah, I'm gonna give you my love.
That's right, Petra, that's right. Show me all the love you got, so I can show you all the love I got for you. Show me all the love you got, so I can show you all the love I got for you. When my love hits you, feel no pain. It tranquilize your body, stabilize your brain. Will make you feel as you've been hit by a train. You wake up in the morning, but you'll feel no pain. Show me all the love you got, so I can show you all the love I got for you. Show me all the love you got, so I can show you all the love I got for you. My love for you is like a burning fire, not like a fire when them burning tire, but more like the sweet sensation of the rising sun will make you feel inspired.
Oh baby, what am I gonna do? I love it for you, it is so true.
Yes.
That's RasMorgan and Petra.
It is so true.
Please show me your love. A special guest, RasMorgan. I can hear you there in the background. Yeah, like that. Nice combination there.
That was filmed in Toronto last summer. The video was made downtown Toronto. That's there on the YouTube channel. You could find it RasMorgan Music, and you'll find RasMorgan Petra Show Me Your Love. It's a nice little one. And as I said, it's well received. And you'll see why it's well received,
Yeah.
So it's one of those songs that I believe is gonna make headway, in time, over time.
Awesome. Yes, a very, very nice upbeat. And I love the two voices together. Really a nice combination there.
Yes.
We're going to look at Starlight, and I know you've got a story to go with that. So, RasMorgan, go ahead.
Try to make it brief. I'll try to make it brief. Well, Starlight, as I said, Starlight is what I'm using right now to basically anchor everything. It's the last video that I shoot in Jamaica. I was in Jamaica in early February, and we shoot this in the Halfway Tree. Yes, right in the popular Halfway Tree there, well known. So, but the story behind Starlight, this is Jaopia Records Sing Lion promotion, and I don't know where to start, but the producer, the beat of Starlight, it's a beat called A New Day. It's a beat called A New Day, and it's the owner of this beat is a 14-year-old child from Spanish Town,
wow.
Jamaica. where he has his record label, which is called Jehovah Records, and he has his foundation, which is fab. His dad is Respect, and his dad is also one of his artists. So this young producer of various artists, which RasMorgan is one of his artists. His dad is one of his artists, and he's also an artist. And it's just extraordinary when you get to meet him and see how he does his operation and how he does things. But I initially end up on his beat by mere chance. The beat circulate in Canada. I got the beat without knowing who it belonged to. So I created something on the beat, and I was there in Jamaica, in Spanish Town, Jamaica, at a show where he was also at that show, and we're performing. But I am performing before him. So I went on stage and I played the beat, and I did my part, and when I came off, he went on, and I'm hearing the same beat. So I'm saying, wait, oh, that coming at the thing. Oh, it's because at the same time, I was looking for the owner of the beat. I wanted to know who this beat belonged to. So now I'm like, okay, I kind of find an heritage of where the beat come from now. The beat is on. And then, all and behold, his father came and started to explain the whole thing to me and said, yes, that beat belongs to that little child. Yes, so after that, now we regroup and we talk as a group, as an artist and in our whole body. And we're promoting that song now. We're promoting that song as a beat, and I'm basically one of his artists helping him promote that song. But it was just mystical how the whole thing came about, how it came to part, and then dealing with Sinja Lion, that's his name. He's a little character within himself. He has a big personality. He deals business on his own. Like you call and talk to him about what is to be done or what he needs for you to be done, and it's also professional to see that he's doing that, and has created that platform for him to do that.
14 years old he is.
So I am a fan. We have a lot of work to do with him.
Wow.
But this one is called Starlight, and it's that's a song that we're pushing right now on the A New Day rhythm, and this is a Jehovah Records Sinja Lion promotion, and it's this one has a character about it, Imani. It's like, what I should say, I was speaking to reporters, journalists. I was speaking to reporter journalists, as in I was telling them that I am focused on what I'm doing. I'm busy doing what I'm doing. I don't want to be distracted with any non-relevant question. Don't ask me something which is not relevant to my cause or to my direction or to my gain. So I was saying, don't distract me. I see you as a distraction. So it's a funny little song. I don't know how I come by creating it, So it's called Starlight, saying that I don't want to be in your spotlight. I want to do what I'm doing without being a spotlight person. I don't want it. I don't want the spotlight. I just want to do the work that I'm supposed to do. So the song is kind of based around that, and I created this one. It's called Starlight, and it's doing great.
Then I unite with them, man. One them people, man. Sure. No. Bright light, starlight, shine light, Ras, no inna the high. Me no inna them excitement, me no inna them one bag of exploiting. Bright light and starlight and shine light, Ras, no inna the high. Me no inna them excitement, me no inna them one bag of exploiting. Work me a work and a chicken me a jerk, so nobody come around you come act like a jerk. Ask me question with bright camera and tell me if you smile me we get more followers. Me no come yourself is smile with people, and if you never know me, choose my people. Nobody feel you can't infiltrate my defense and running on me thing like flower and weevil. With bright light and starlight and shine light, Ras, no inna the pipe. Me no inna them excitement, me no inna them one baba exploiting. With bright light and starlight and shine light, Ras, no inna the pipe. Me no inna them excitement, me no inna them one baba exploiting. Who feels it knows it, and who knows it feels it. deals pay no me a feel. Them a come from slavery. For me a little bit of you to go to school in a elementary. Teacher look on me and say RasMorgan, me know you know plenty. So no bother with no bright light and starlight with shine light. Ras no inna the hype. Me no inna them excitement. Me no inna them one bag of exploiting. With bright light and starlight and shine light. Ras no inna the hype. Me no inna them excitement. Me no inna them one bag of exploiting. Some of these questions reporter ask me. Some of these questions they're really fancy. Yeah. Some of these questions where they ma ask me. Some of these questions are really fancy. Hear them now. RasMorgan, you bust on the scene and you everybody that's about. Them want know if me eat beef or if me eat goat. Real vegetarian, they love pop chow. So eat when you eat and make me grow. When me grow, some of these questions where they ma ask me. Some of these questions, them are really fancy. So no bother with no bright light, starlight, shine light. Ras, no inna the hype. Me no inna them excitement. Me no inna them one.
Okay, that's RasMorgan, and that's Starlight. RasMorgan.
Shine bright.
Yes. Wow. So that the producer on that song is the 40, and he created that sound, that beat.
He created that beat, and he's also voiced in that song. And he's a very articulate person, and he's a very, talented individual, which I see as the future. And I like to deal with the future. So I went head on, head in, and he has a lot more other work that he's pushed. So you see that the other song that I sing, Higher Heights, also belongs to him. He's also responsible for Higher Heights also. So yeah, it's just there's something about what he does that attracts me, and those are two of his beats, those are two of my more powerful songs that I could use to rock the world, keep them moving, spread the message. Yeah, they belong to him. So I see that there's a connection that we'll be working together for quite a while, and then as he grow, he matures. So I'll be getting the best of him, Yeah. So to me, it's an adventure. I like it, and that's great work.
Yeah, and it's good, to see the young people, and that collaboration is very powerful because obviously, as we know, everything is always evolving, and certainly, young people coming in, they're putting their spin on things, and it's nice to kind of have that new vision that they have.
Yes, and that's just the way of the life. When you really look at it, it's just the way of the world,
Yeah.
You go on a farm, you see that farmer and he's farming, and his little kids who is there on the farm, they're going to be the next generation of farmer, and they may take over younger than you thought. They realize that's a 14-year-old farmer boy, and that's what he sees every day, and that's what his dad is doing. So he become. And then you find when the parents them realize that they let go of the wheel and let them operate. And that's what Singer Lion is doing right now. He's basically running his business that is that created. But if you need to make a change or a decision, he is the one that's gonna make it because he's rational in his thinking to make a decision which is pure and just straightforward. So I'm like, this is real, So it's great work. It's a great thing,
Yeah. I mean, and then that's the beauty of when you bring the young in and they've got a cushioning of the grown-ups. You get to retain the integrity of reggae music. Yeah. That's one of the things that's really important. And obviously the people who's the elders or the people who's grown up, like his father, like he's working with you, You get to sort of bring that integrity that he takes on. He takes that baton and goes off into the future. Yes.
So that's exactly. I saw it as well played. As Bob Marley always said, Bob Marley loved use that phrase, well played. When something it was just destined to happen that way. So it's well played, and I am glad that I'm in his corner and I could be a part of whatever movement that we're doing.
Okay. I want to ask you just one more question before we wrap up this segment, and I want you to definitely share how people can get hold of your music, how they can get in touch with you. But what does the future hold for RasMorgan? Where are you going with your wonderful work?
The future, I was on the way out there, and that's the same momentum I'm gonna keep. I want to spread the music, as I said, as far and as wide, with a meaning in Africa. I want to go from countries to countries in Africa and just rock the world, be with my people, learn from them. They could learn from me, so vice versa. So that's where I wanna move with the music, as the music as an essence and a purpose to it. So yes, I'm creating an album right now, which should be completed early next year, if all goes well. Which right now everything is you're on the drawing board right now, trying to set things together.
Yes.
So if all goes well, in early next year, I'd like to have my album. So that will be my tool, my weapon to go out there and say, yes, I could give you 2.5 hours of rock steady reggae music. Are you ready for this? So that's the type of vibes I want to create,
And how can people get hold of you and your music now?
Yes, right now the music is there on social media as it type in RasMorgan, but on Facebook, it's RasMorgan Reggae. RasMorgan Reggae, and you find me there on Facebook, and on Instagram, it's RasMorgan Music, and you'll find me there. But my website, where most of the purchase take place, is Reverb Nation. Yeah, for all the artists out there, you know about Reverb Nation. So I'm a Reverb Nation member, and they do distribution for me also. So reverbnation.com/RasMorgan. So your reverbnation.com, you put the /RasMorgan, there's a web page. So you could find a bio, you could find everything about RasMorgan right in that spot.
That's awesome. RasMorgan, thank you for taking time out to be with us today. Thank you for bringing your wonderful, thought-provoking music, and we look forward to having you back on again. And I know you've got, So
just want to use a brief second to big up the ones who helped to make this possible. I'd like to big up Lady Bosch Production, because they're responsible for organizing this meet and greet.
Yes.
I'd like to big up Audio Records, Singer Lion for harming me with such great tools and material. I'd like to also big up Conscious Radio, yes, Imani, for having me on this platform. And walk good, be good, and when we meet again, we'll greet again. Take care.